Authorities admit that the murder complaint against suspended Bucor chief Gerald Bantag is just based on circumstantial evidence. Bantag has yet to appear in public since his suspension, but the Justice Department says that he is likely still in the country. President Bongbong Marcos is off to Cambodia for the ASEAN summit. The president is expected to tackle food and energy security, as well as climate change action in the event. And trouble ensued at the NCAA after a game between the Jose Rizal University and the College of St. Benilde ended in a brawl. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. President Bongbong Marcos is off to Cambodia for the 40th and 41st ASEAN summits. Maricel Halili is joining us live from Naiya in Pasay City for an update. Hi, Mase. What is on the president's agenda in Cambodia?
Hi, Sean. President Bongbong Marcos will join other leaders of the ASEAN nations as well as its dialogue partner to discuss the existing policies of ASEAN and to look into possible new areas of cooperation. Of course, they are also expected to discuss some regional and international issues. Sean, this is the first time that they will conduct an in-person ASEAN summit since the height of the pandemic. If you recall, the last face-to-face meeting of the ASEAN leaders was back in 2019 in Bangkok, Thailand. That was before the imposition of lockdown. In his departure speech this afternoon, President Bongbong Marcos said he will emphasize regional cooperation on maritime security, climate change, food security, health cooperation, and economic recovery, among others.
The Philippine Statistics Authority said that agricultural production inched up by 1.8% year-on-year from July to September. Palay and corn registered marginal gains, while livestock and poultry production likewise expanded. However, economists say that third-quarter gains will not likely be enough to offset the contraction in previous quarters. Recent storms will also likely reduce farm output growth in the fourth quarter. But despite current challenges in the agri-sector, former agriculture chief Manny Piñol sees no problem with President Bongbong Marcos staying on as Department of Agriculture Secretary. However, Piñol did say that the president needs to strengthen his backup team in the agency. He suggested for the president to split the workload with DA Undersecretary Domingo Panganiban. And the National Bureau of Investigation admits that there is no direct evidence linking suspended Bucor chief Gerald Bantag to the murder of Percy Lapid. Marlene Alcaide with the report.
One story on Percy Lapid's radio program possibly pushed suspended Bucor chief Gerald Bantag to allegedly order the murder of the broadcaster. That's according to Justice Secretary Boying Remulla.
Si Percy Lapid nagpunta sa bahay niya. Gumagawa siya ng storya, yung Cinderella man.
Remulla said Bantag got angry when he was informed that Lapid went to his house in Laguna to take photos. On the same day, Bantag skipped the graduation ceremony of the University of Perpetual Help in the New Bilibid prison and went straight home.
Andun lahat ng Board of Trustees niyan. These are people who really are doing a great service to the National Penitentiary. Kasi they're providing college education to many of the inmates. Yung kanyang hindi pagbalik doon was a sign also that he was very mad.
The Cinderella man story was then released. It was a term coined by Lapid, referring to a government official who allegedly amassed wealth while in office.
September 17, nagsimula na yung plots. Nagsimula na lahat. Everything came into motion. Kaya makikita nyo, there's a string that ties everything together.
Although complaints have been filed against Bantag and several others, NBI Supervising Agent Eugene Javier said there's no direct evidence that would link the suspended Bucor chief to the murder. Inmates involved only mentioned Bucor Deputy Security Officer Ricardo Zulueta, who said that the order came from a higher up.
Kapag kasi pinagsama-sama na natin yung lahat ng mga events, it will be very, very clear na si Bantag talaga, siya talaga yung nagko-call ng shots dito at pinapadaan niya lang kay Zulueta. I don't think we need yung tinatawag talaga na direkta. Because using that test, no, yung totality of circumstances, shoot na si Director Bantag sa kanyang liability dito.
Remulla said both Bantag and Zulueta have yet to reach out to authorities, but they are most likely still in the country since public officials need to secure a travel authority before they can fly abroad. For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
We will be back with more stories after this short break. Keep it here on One News. Hello.
On Remulla's
Can you hear
illegal
me?
drug importation case lasted. Yes, I can hear you. Yes,
All right.
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I can hear you. There is no timeline yet on the release of the resolution, but prosecutors expect this will be made soon. Sean? The preliminary investigation on the illegal drug.
You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The camp of Juanito Remulla III, son of Justice Secretary Boying Remulla, will not be filing counter-affidavits in relation to his drug charges. Brian Castillo is in Pasay City for an update. Hi Brian, what do you have for us this evening?
Sean, the illegal drug importation complaint against Juanito Remulla III ascended and is now submitted for resolution. Juanito III's legal counsel manifested that they opted to waive his right to file a counter-affidavit. In the absence of a counter-affidavit, the preliminary investigation has been terminated and members of the prosecution panel can now proceed to reviewing all the pieces of evidence submitted for resolution. In a closed-door and off-cam briefing with the reporters, the prosecutor said they will also be considering the circumstances of the case, current laws and jurisprudence in deliberating whether there is probable cause to file appropriate charges. We were not able to talk to Juanito, but his legal counsel, Attorney Kit Belmonte, affirmed that the case is indeed up for resolution. Sean, the final preliminary investigation on Remulla's illegal drug importation complaint lasted for more than half an hour. There is no timeline yet on the release of the resolution, but the prosecutors expect this will be out soon. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for that update. Brian Castillo reporting to us live from Pasay City. And Jose Rizal University's John Amores has been suspended indefinitely after running amok in their game against the College of against their NCAA game against the College of St. Benilde. Marty Bautista with the story.
Oh no, Amores wanting to go after a fan and punches being
Jose Rizal University's John Amores lost his cool at the NCAA Season 98 men's basketball tournament. Amores ran amok in the middle of the College of St. Benilde's blowout win over the JRU Heavy Bombers at the Phil Oy Flying V Arena on Tuesday. With just over 3.5 minutes left in the game, Amores and CJ Flores of Benilde jockeyed for position near the key. Referees and JRU coaching staff separated the two. But in the middle of the stoppage, Amores engaged in a heated exchange with someone at the Blazers bench before charging. Jimboy Pasturan was hit before Amores punched another Blazer, Tane Davis, in the jaw.
punches being thrown here.
Amores was pulled by teammates towards the dugout after that. CSB head coach Charles Chu said Pasturan and Davis were brought to the hospital after the altercation.
Pasturan, he has a big black eye. We're taking him to the hospital. Hopefully it's not a fracture. And the other guy, Tane Davis, he has a bit of a concussion. I think he should be okay, but we're still taking him to the hospital for precautionary measures.
After what felt like an eternity, the NCAA decided to award CSB with a win, 71-51. This was not the first time that Amores was involved in a violent scuffle. Amores also punched Mark Belmonte of the UP Maroons in a preseason game last July. Nowhere to go but up Foundation founder Renan Dalisay said criminal cases have been filed against Amores due to the injuries caused by the hit. He said the commotion with CSB could have been prevented if JRU had promptly taken action before. Meanwhile, Chu said several members of the Heavy Bombers coaching staff went over to apologize. The NCAA has moved to suspend Amores indefinitely. CSB's Mark Sanko and CJ Flores, as well as JRU's William C. and Ryan Arenal, were likewise suspended for 2 games for committing disrespectful acts. For News 5, Marty Bautista, We Are One News.
And for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.